On this episode of the podcast, we watched Bloodivores.
More like divorce. Why aren't you guys laughing?
Because that's not funny.
The Bears.
That's not the truth.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right.
It's terrible. Can't you guys go with like Blood of Snores or something?
Oh, I guess we're good.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's where we're going.
No.
You guys' wordplay sucks ass.
Welcome to another episode of the Daijiro Crew. Hi guys, it's your host Sigurd here, and with me always are my boon companions.
I like this meme.
It's a good one. Are we introducing ourselves right now?
You guys always need to introduce yourself.
You go
Okay,
first.
fine. My name is Wa Kurosaki. Julian stepped on my toe, but I'm bleeding from my forehead.
I am the bronze saint of the Pegasus cloth, Julian.
Man, I really need a title. But yep, that's us. We're the Daijiro Crew, and what we do here on this podcast is we review what we call bad anime. Basically, it's anime that either
Or bad.
Don't need to
Project was
necessarily.
great.
I don't know how.
we
I don't
love
know
B
how.
Project.
I don't know how in depth of bad you can go into, Sigurd.
Well, I'm just saying that like B Project was one that we thought was gonna be bad, but we enjoyed
Yeah,
it a
It
bit.
was
I
fine.
was
Not
expecting
well.
the BL fest, but I got substance.
Yeah, it was
And a dude knocked like way across the room from
the
wind.
wind.
Fine. Not well received.
Not only that, Shikamaru. It was Shikamaru nonetheless that got knocked by the wind. But
Mendokusai.
But we're not talking about B Project this time.
No, this time we're talking about Bloodivores.
Some other B.
Since when we were at the
Some
peak, we
B-tier
dropped
material.
right down to the bottom again.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, what I was trying to say earlier was that by bad anime, what we're talking about are anime that wasn't necessarily had too much attention from the mass media. I think Bloodivores came out the same season as ReZero, right?
Around that time, yeah. It's definitely 2016.
Yeah. So I mean that's what we kind of mean. Just anime that didn't reach the limelight of the epitome of hotness, basically. And Bloodivores actually made by a Chinese company. Tencent. Yeah. Wow, we both said the same thing at the same time.
They're the major investors of League of Legends.
Yeah, I was gonna say they own League of Legends.
It's also it was based off of a webtoon comic, but the original name of that one's called Space Time Prisoners instead of Bloodivores. So I found that kind of interesting.
Yeah, that explains a little bit.
It doesn't explain anything.
No, well, yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
It's weird because it's very different. We'll explain it later.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, let's kick right into it. We'll move on to our next part of the podcast where we actually give a summary so that you guys don't have to suffer through the whole season of Bloodivores. We like to call this segment What Happened?
What happened?
And then I guess I repeat what happened as well.
Yeah.
No, Zigger, I really need you to tell me what happened in Bloodivores because I have no idea.
That's a tall order, so I'll give it
Is
my
it a
best.
big order?
Not this time.
Throwbacks.
Throwbacks, memes. Yes, we love them. Anyways,
It come full circle, guys.
it's like we never left Big Order at all. We just
Yeah,
keep
man.
watching the same anime over and
Solid
over again.
sister.
God, no.
Same anime, different titles.
We're leaving that meme, Julian.
No. We'll never forget.
All right, so
Blood doesn't matter.
Bloodivore. You know what I just realized? I think half of the anime we've watched for this podcast start with the letter B. Big Order, Bloodivores, B Project.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh?
Scarred Riders.
B Rider X, yeah. Zex.
Be activated.
Backtive Raid.
That dude.
Well,
Alright.
I thought our theme was it had to contain at least 2 English words
I
to be
thought
considered
like
bad
bad
anime.
it had to begin with B.
All right. So, Bloodivores. We start this anime off in a pretty high action chase scene in a car with Emilio. That's our main character. He has gray hair, which is like the cool thing to have right now.
Main
What's the-
protagonist style.
Yeah. And with him is some purple-haired chick who is automatically quickly our resident honkers. Her name is Anji. And it's kind of like they Quentin Tarantino this in a Michael Bay scene. Like Michael Bay, there's hot babe, cars, explosions everywhere.
Hot babe.
Your
Subjective.
definition.
We'll get into that later.
That's very opinionative.
Yeah, and then, with that, we're starting in the middle of what happened earlier, kind of, So there's
So
a
then
bank,
what did happen?
so there's a bank robbery going on between four of our cast. We have, like I said, Milio and Anji. With them is a red-headed, fiery, hotshot. His name is Wing Chao. And lastly...
He was ready to shotgun a child.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. It wasn't even his fault. He just took off his mask and the child just happened to walk out of the bathroom. And he was like, I gotta shoot the child
No
now.
survivors.
He's seen my face.
Which is really weird because they were using their names the entire time in front of everyone.
Yeah, they call out
At first I thought this was like an anime and they'd have Japanese names and they're using Chinese code names, but not. That's just their names.
Nope, that was just their names. Yeah,
so
they
they're like, hey, Anji, we're robbing this bank right now. That's cool, right?
Bring me back at the orphanage where we grew up.
the one that's about to be closed, right?
And you know what's the best part of their whole heist is that they have sunglasses. That's what's going to make them not be known by other people.
It's funny because in the webcomic, I think you were saying the red-hearted blood guy, he had a Kiss style makeup on.
Oh, really?
And the other one had the ballroom masquerade mask.
So you want to be Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, it's
beyond the budget
very
of
different.
Yeah, I guess Tencent couldn't afford it.
I don't think they wanted to afford it. I feel like they have money,
Yeah, so they make it into the bank. They, tell everyone to get on the ground. They start getting the money using Milu's hacking into the system. Typical. I place in a USB flash drive and everything's going to unlock.
I press 4 keys and I'm getting into this bank vault.
Exactly. And so they get the money. And on their way out, like Julian said earlier, Wing Chao sees a small child leave the bathroom, and the little kid's just like, "What is happening?" And
Where's my mommy?
Yeah, that has to be the worst. You got to go to the bathroom by yourself when you're a small child, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get shot with a shotgun.
You know what's also bad? The bank robber not checking the bathroom to see there's other people.
Yeah, exactly. So
His plan was full of holes.
Wing Chao is like, "We got to kill this kid." And Milio and Anji are not about that. What's so funny, Julian?
Go on.
All right, so they have their last member. His name is Chen Fong, and he had the getaway car. And he's waiting outside. He's like, "Guys, you got to hurry. The cops are coming now." And so while they're all arguing if they should kill the kid or not, Wing Chao I don't know. They zoom in on his face, and he saw something he was not happy about, and then they're zoomed into them on the street all of a sudden. At least that's how I felt. I didn't know what the hell happened, but Wing Chao not happy, and all of a sudden sidewalk, and then they're saying everyone get in the car, and Wing Chao tells Anji, "No, you everyone but you can't get in the car.
You stay.
You stay.
I
You
go.
Superman.
Oh god.
Well, no, it was exact opposite. He was just like, no, you stay behind because you're a threat now.
I go to freedom.
But why was she a threat?
We don't know. We don't know. So
no.
that's what Mi Liu was like. What are you talking about, Wing Chao? We're all getting out of here together. But they don't, because BST, the Bureau of Special Terrorism?
Strategy.
Terrorists. I don't know. Either way, they called the BST. It's the Bureau of Special Forces. I kept confusing them with BTS, but that's because I love K-pop. But anyways, they tackle down them and they get basically put in jail. I just realized that we missed out on a scene right before the whole bank robbery where some white guy with a collar. Also, a lot of people have collars on in this anime, and it's because Bloodivore is a condition in which some people who took what they call a drug, they didn't specify at this very moment what it was, but they're it's a side effect of having a drug where people become extremely violent. And
kind of like I Am Legend.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Will Smith should have been in
This would make sense later on too.
Yeah. So, yeah, the guy goes like berserk and starts attacking people, and we see the BST like beat him down. And like,
Oh, they beat him down.
yeah, batons like, yeah,
Blood is splattering.
Bloodivore guy did not matter to them.
No, he tackled
whatsoever.
this chick and he bit her and he was like sucking her blood or something. I don't know what it was.
I mean, that's some people's fetish, so maybe that's what she was into.
No, I feel
No,
like everyone
no,
who goes berserk wants
Want some blood?
that
Yeah.
sweet iron.
So,
Those platelets.
either way, so obviously being a Bloodivore is like not okay in this society. And they use the collars to actually see who is going to go berserk. It triggers and like makes a red light flash, and the BST can get to them.
It's like they can track them anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's a great GPS device.
Yeah, I mean, I guess well, I can't say words. I was gonna say GSP, but that's George St.
Those
Pierre.
are letters, not words.
Yeah, well, true. I can't say things, Julian. I can't talk. But yeah, GPS must be super high and advanced later on in the world. But yeah, anyways, Milio and the gang get sentenced into court and, charged for their crimes. This is also where we meet Milio's father, Mi Tenju, who just really does look like an older version of Milio.
No, he looks like an Itachi version of Milu.
Yeah, he has some deep, dark crow lines and crow eyes, but
He's always looking melancholy.
yeah, not a very happy fellow.
You lack hatred.
That's because Milo was pretty happy-go-lucky. Let's be honest.
Until he went to jail. Or getting sent to jail.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be happy about getting sent to jail.
I guess they wouldn't be, no. Normally.
I don't know, man. 3 square meals?
Oh, yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
There's some people that like it.
I mean, once you live the jail life, it's hard to get out, I guess.
No, it's just hard to get out in general.
So the 4 of them get put into a police car, and they're getting taken to the prison. They're like, oh, like life is gonna be hard, but at least we got each other kind of bit. And then Wing Chao is still looking at Anji like she messed up something, and still really no substance as to what happened. So all of a sudden the police car stops and the BST like show up, and then
wait, you missed the part where they all got sentenced to death.
I thought you're right.
Well,
yeah.
kind of, yeah.
They didn't get just sent
They
to
went
jail.
to court and they
You were like,
they were getting sentenced to death.
you gonna die is what they said, like, for your crime.
Because apparently all the people in the bank died.
Really?
Wait, did you
Yeah.
miss that?
I thought only the child died.
No, everyone died.
I'm not even.
No,
yeah,
the child did
Yeah,
die.
but no, they were all dead, and everyone was really confused.
That's-
Like, how did
that's-
all these people die?
That's why that one cop was really mad. Why like Milu was like super chill, like yeah, whatever. We
I
robbed the bank.
What are you gonna do about it?
It's like
You killed 14 people.
It was like,
What?
if it was me, I would have put a gun to your head. And he was like, wait, I killed people? What? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. That's why like they were super confused.
Okay, so well then, yeah, they were charged for their crimes to be put to death, and I guess they couldn't wait because the BST do pull over the car, and then they just like
lit them up.
yeah, they opened the door. Immediately was like, what happened? And then all of a sudden, yeah, just shots all around the truck. Like there should have been so much blood, but
The episode ended,
yeah.
and then we got to see the preview of the next episode when they were all fine.
Yeah, so we were like, huh. And this becomes a very common theme in Bloodivore.
Yes.
Where the episode ends on a cliffhanger,
But they showed you what happened next.
so that it's not a cliffhanger anymore. So what ends up happening is that Milio wakes up in a random room, and he's quite disoriented, and with him is a red-haired ponytail dude, and you could tell he's going to be cool automatically. And
Sure.
and a new honey, like some brown-haired girl. And yeah,
Honker number 2.
they start to wake up, get dressed. The girl's like, what's happening? I'm so confused. And red hair guy's like, suit up. I guess, we're going to be together while we figure out what's going on.
They just
And-
had bags of their clothes with them with guns.
And
Yeah,
weapons.
And they had guns, weapons, and not only just like
Shurikens.
clothes, but like whatever their cool clothes were on the outside, they had like their clothes. Which is quite odd. As the door opens, they find out that there's just like a bunch of these like storage crate pods inside of a warehouse, and everyone starts coming out. A lot of people are still wearing all of their orange jumpsuits that they like woke up in, and all of a sudden, Anji appears from a door and is like telling them, "Hey, you guys are all prisoners from death row. You guys are stuck here, but you're not in jail.
You're all free now.
Yeah,
we have Ricky on our side.
Yeah, Ricky." And everyone's like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not in jail. This is gonna be awesome." And she goes, "But you cannot leave this warehouse." And they're like, "Wait, what?"
So we're technically in jail.
Yeah, it's basically a jail. And then she's like, "There's going to be other rules, and that you can't do. Like, you cannot kill each other, and you cannot." I don't know. There's a lot of rules that didn't matter.
It
And,
does not matter, no.
and so because these are all prisoners who were put onto death, this like kind of sleazy ogre looking dude is like, "Yeah, you're gonna tell me what I can't and can't do." Goes up to her and just like rips her clothes off, and then the whole prisoner crowd just like, "Yeah,
When's our turn?
kiss her." I mean, kind of thing. So it's just
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretending my sister.
oh god damn it. So I was like, are we really about to see a scene that I really don't want to see in anime right here? And Leo is getting extremely upset because this is Anji.
Also
This is-
confused.
yeah, he's just like, "Excuse me, what? No, you can't do that to
That's
her."
his honey.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like as he's about to go try to protect Anji, some person grabs him from behind. She's like, "Milu, that's not me." And he looks around and, what? There's another Anji.
Could it be her twin?
Yeah, are there two Anjis? We don't know yet.
She wasn't there at the orphanage.
Yeah. So Chen Yifeng, Chen Fong.
I was like, you said that weird.
I'm combining names, but
You're
yeah,
Chinese. You should know this.
I'm only half. But
You should know
right.
half of it.
I like how we outed Juan his heritage earlier. Was it my turn now?
Yes,
Anyways,
Did we? I don't remember.
we'll all get we'll
How
get
many
all
breads-
you haven't been listening.
How
we'll,
many
we'll
breads
get all
have you
comeuppance later.
Yeah. So Chen Fong, that's the getaway driver with the black hair. He gets like he decides, you know what? No, that's Anji. I'm gonna protect her. And this is when Ming Liu finds out that, oh, Chen Fong's in here too. I have Anji behind me. There's Chen Fong. Chen Fong goes up and like takes off his shirt and throws it on top of Anji.
That is very important because throughout the season he does not have his shirt on anymore.
Yeah, he
So-
never has a shirt.
The only other piece of clothing he wears on his upper body is a sword.
We'll get into that later. So, yeah, he starts to pick a fight with the big ogre dude and saying like, "You don't touch her," like whatever
Like
kind of thing. Like, I'm a macho guy and you can't stop me. And ogre is like, you think that you can stop me, little puny boy? And then
Yeah, he's an ogre person, so he beat him like an ogre person.
It was
so-
a 1-9 matchup. He stood no chance.
yeah. And then all of a sudden his head explodes.
Violently,
Just-
actually.
Just like boom. And this is when Anji, the one that is getting protected by Chen Fong, was like, "Yeah, I told you cannot fight each other. Those collars on your neck are not Bloodivore collars. They're exploding collars. And you can't take them off either because they'll automatically explode if you try."
Bakana!
Yeah. Sora bakana. But they...
The chain.
So everyone starts to get really upset and like, start to be like, "Why do we have to listen to your rules? We have guns and weapons and dynamite and stuff like that." And then she goes, "Oh, because the thing is that you should all use your guns and weapons and dynamite and work with each other to survive this."
Survive what?
All of a sudden, giant purple monsters out of nowhere start just like flooding into the room. And everyone's shooting their guns at them, and guess what? They can't kill.
It doesn't work.
No, yeah, the bullets
They
just
have
bounce.
2 hours of immunity before the bullets are working.
Yeah, it's like in
They
Smash
just
Brothers,
spawned in,
They,
yeah.
they use their invincibility frames to their advantage and just start decimating everyone. And Milio is like, "Holy crap, we got to get out of here!" So he takes Anji's hand and starts like running away. This is when we also notice that there's not that many girls in the prison, right? Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, I think that was
There's only
what,
dude.
2 or 3, I think.
The one that Milu woke up with and Anji.
That was it.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's Yaya.
Nope.
Well,
She
that's
wasn't
not in the
there.
prison.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Oh, whoops.
So,
You would've
Whoops.
noticed that freak.
well, you love jumping ahead. but-
No, like I thought she was with them, but I guess she wasn't.
Nah.
He's
So-
not wrong, buddy.
Again, I don't remember this too well.
So So as everyone's trying to fight, Wing Chao, who also happens to be in there, starts teaming up with other prisoners. Chen Fong is trying to protect Anji, but then one of the monsters just slaps Anji's head off, the one that he was protecting, and it turns out to be a robot
With no nipples.
with no. Right, you're right. They didn't draw those.
You'd think they would have noticed that when they ripped off her clothes.
Yeah, they're like, something's a little off here.
Well, with all those manly.
No
hormones
nipples. That's
going
totally my
around, they-
fetish.
They were too lost in the sauce to really notice.
Yeah.
Too many nights with other men for them to remember. But yeah, so Chen
They'll
Fong.
get anything they can come. They can get anything they can grab.
Yeah, so Chen Fong is just like, what the hell? And starts, trying to team up with the other prisoners to try to survive. But again, there's like 70 of these purple monsters in the not so big warehouse. As Mi Liu's trying to find a way to escape, he starts to use a power that
Calls homomancy, right?
Wow. Way to alienate some of our viewer base.
Wow. Yes. Hemomancy. Like,
Is that
close
what you
enough.
meant?
Yeah. Hemomancy. Which is like blood. Which goes with Bloodivore.
That
Yeah.
makes sense now.
Like hemoglobin. But
Oh, hemoglobin. I know that word.
I bet you didn't do too well in biology. You probably
No, I
called
did
it
not.
homoglobin or something, but we are Homo sapiens. But anyways.
Well, all homos?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I can't handle this.
Yes.
So
Simple answer is yes.
So, anyways, hemomancy. They're like, oh my god, Milu, you can use hemomancy. And he doesn't like acknowledge it. He's just like, yeah, I'm doing this. And he comes across the brown-haired girl that, he had woken up with. I'm just going to say her name. Her name is like Choi Finn.
That's exactly it. She said it when they woke up. They introduced
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah, but all these Chinese names
Her,
are really...
Li-Shin.
Yeah,
Oh,
red-haired guy, his name was Li Shin. And, I forgot to mention that his bag did not have guns. Only knives and swords.
And shurikens.
That's why he's going to be a badass. So, as Milu starts to fly, they start to go towards the air duct while the rest of the prisoners are like, there's that giant metal wall that robot Anji came from.
There got to be an exit.
We're going to use dynamite and explode this crap. And so Milu escapes into the air ducts, and the prisoners do blow a hole into the steel door. And lo and behold, there's just a wall there.
It's just an empty room.
It's another empty room.
No
and we're
windows,
like,
no nothing.
it's like in Waterboy when Rob Schneider just like, oh no, we suck again. They're like,
And then the monsters are coming towards them. They're like,
we're-
oh man, we cornered ourselves.
You put yourselves in your food trough.
luckily with the other prisoners, there's a blonde hemomancer. And he's just like, guys, I can protect us, and starts using like telepathy to gather all
Telling
of...
you he was a metal bender, dude.
Yeah, well, he didn't stomp the yard, so I didn't recognize him as a metal bender.
I'm sorry.
But he
Avatar's not an anime. Fight me.
yeah, well, I guess
Jeff.
maybe in hemomancery, you got to do stuff with blood. Maybe there was iron in all of those storage units they came out of, which allowed him to metal bend.
Okay, explain my Lu power then.
We don't know Milu's power yet. We just know he's flying around.
So what does that have to do with blood?
I'll
Duh.
tell you.
His blood boils and it gets really hot. And when things are hot, they
Steam
expand.
it?
And so he's like becoming a gas man.
Gear third.
Yeah, it's becoming a gas wall. That's why
Okay.
he can fly.
Again, chemistry's not my thing. Science confused me.
Those
So
are physical properties.
so blonde hemomancer, we never learn his name, makes a barricade and
With all the pods.
with all the pods, and so all of them are like trapped in there. Since Melio escapes into the air ducts, they eventually find their way out into a safe area where he finds himself in an office with Anji and Choi Finn. Choi Finn starts to try to like pry into Melio's life, trying to be like, oh, why did you and Anji, end up here? They're like, oh, we robbed a bank. And this is when we start to come into the realization again that, yes, these are all criminals. You know, as innocent and weak as Cho Yifin was portraying herself, she too has committed a crime.
Well, she stated earlier, she committed financial fraud.
Oh, yeah, when they woke up.
Well,
Yeah.
like, what are you in for? Oh, I'm an assassin. I guess I killed a bunch of people in a bank. I committed financial fraud.
They're like,
Lee Shin was like,
you're the true monster.
probably lying, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Take
The
this.
assassin definitely would not care. He's like, I got swords, knives, and shurikens. I'm safe. Just like a typical weeb.
Listener, take this in advice. If you're in jail with someone and they say their crime is financial fraud, they're probably in there for something really bad and they're lying.
Yeah.
Because almost everyone that says, "Oh, I'm here for financial fraud," they're actually here for like murder or.
Well, I mean, I thought in prison you'd want to like show your strength, so you tell people like, yeah, I killed like 50 gorillas at a zoo, and that's a felony because they're endangered.
With my hands.
Now they are.
With my bare hands. Yeah, exactly. Like I thought that's the way you go with it. But yeah, she says financial fraud.
Almost all meters I've seen where people say like, "Oh, I'm in here for financial fraud," they're actually in for like they're super crazy.
All right.
Yeah, you can't let people know you're diddling kids, otherwise they'll kill you.
Yeah, prisoners do hate chongos.
Well, yeah, that's probably another reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cho Yifin decides to kind of like come clean with Anji and tells her, like, I actually killed my husband because I have a jealousy issue. And when I like someone, no one can stand in my way. Get it? Like, so Anji's
And
like,
then commence the titty growth.
oh yeah, she starts just grabbing onto Anji's chest and she's like, oh no, oh, like slap the girl, do something. I know she just said that she kills people, but like,
Moaning doesn't help.
yeah, that doesn't help. And Milu is she's like Cho Yifin's trying to get on Milu's like horny side, basically. Like, oh, I like Cho Yifin because she does like gross stuff, but Milu's way more preoccupied with like trying to figure out where the hell they are.
like I'm kind of busy trying to survive.
Yeah.
I don't have time for your nonsense.
Exactly. And that's just when he finds out that there's pictures of his father, mother, and himself in this warehouse. And yeah, it's a little odd. He also finds out that the place was supposed to be in progress of being built, but this place looks run down right now. When all of the girls get dressed into their clothing and they start to walk to try to find a way out, they can see the outside and it looks like post-apocalyptic and stuff. And this is when Milu just throws out this. He's just like, yeah, we're stuck in space and time right now.
Yeah,
like
out of nowhere.
Yeah, I figured it out, guys. We're in a place that doesn't
if I
truly
could hack
exist.
a bank, like the entire bank with like 3 clicks of my keyboard, I'm pretty sure I could find out, everything about space and time.
Yeah, and so
Take a picture of my family,
so
or whatever it was that triggered it.
yeah, but he just throws it out there. Yeah, we're stuck in space and time, and Cho Yifin's like, what? And Anji's like, oh, don't question it.
He's probably right,
Yeah. And so they're just like, oh, okay, we're stuck in space and time. Yeah, at least we're safe, though. Cutting over to all the prisoners, they are not safe. There's monsters just banging on those pods, and blonde hemomancery guys is like, guys, I can't hold this forever.
They've been stuck in that little boxing for like 3 episodes now.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna die in here. We're gonna die. And Chen Feng's like, oh no, Milu abandoned me. Like, that fucker. Why is Robot Anji here too? This doesn't make any sense.
Wait, Chenfeng or
Chen Feng.
Wen Chao?
Well, Chen Feng's thinking this.
Okay.
And then we code over to Wing Chao, who's also thinking, holy shit, we're gonna die. There was Anji. I don't think I saw Milu. I saw Chen Feng. What am I doing? He's just literally
What
trying
am I doing?
The guy's just like, what am I doing? Do I shoot myself? And then so the prisoners start like coming like cabin fever syndrome, like we're stuck in here. And one other prisoner's like, I'm going to use the dynamite to blow myself up.
Yeah, like I'm going to commit suicide. They're like, no, you idiot, you're going to kill us too.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you commit suicide on yourself, But yeah, so they all start fighting each other for a second. And Chen Feng's like, no, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go outside where the monsters are.
Well, no, you forgot one more part. Like, as they're prying the dynamite out of that guy's hand, Wen Chao
has enough
just,
of this.
he just headshot him.
Oh, yeah, he does just shoot him in the
And
head.
then he just started freaking out like, I killed a person.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Like
so,
he was totally fine with murdering a child in a
Yeah.
bank.
He was
but,
so gung ho to get that little kid in his green sweater.
but he was
kill you, dead kid.
but he was devastated on killing this one guy that's trying
another
to kill
death,
every.
I
death
killed
row
a death
inmate.
row criminal.
Yeah,
But
so,
but everyone in that little box was just like, yeah, you saved us, good job, you totally shot him in the head.
He's like,
When
I'm
Chow's just crying, kills what?
which triggers flashbacks. Anytime there's a lot of crying in this
A
anime.
lot.
Yeah,
We cried, they cried.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying on the outside as well.
it was just so much crying, and
My
and so
favorite.
and every time they cry, they triggered a flashback. And Chen Fong remembers when like Wing Chao was protecting Milu for some bullies or something like that, and then
Oh yeah.
and then they fought against the bullies and they kind of beat him up, and they're like, oh yeah, well, it's okay, Milu, we have each other because we're orphans, because we're Bloodivores. Also, you're the child of peace. They just kind of like throw this information out there, and then all of a sudden the kids come back with more kids and beat all of them up. So
They beat them good.
yeah, they're like, yeah, you know what? You thought you were strong because you had a bat. Well, I have 16 more kids now, so
You can't hit us all with bats.
Yeah. So
Oh.
so
Technically, you can't.
Oh.
Agent.
so Milio and Wing Chao get beat up.
Ken would beg to differ.
Who?
Ken.
Ken O?
No.
Ken
Don't-
Masters?
Don't worry about this guy. No.
Who's Ken?
Don't worry about. It's from Sun Ken Rock. Don't worry about it.
Oh, manga.
Oh, for someone who doesn't watch anime or anime is trash, you still know your stuff.
That's a manga though, dude.
Okay. All right. So
It's different, obviously.
It's 100% different. 42% of Naruto manga did exist.
so basically, like they flash back into Chen Fong, who was comforting beat up child Wing Chao, into now crying because he shot a criminal Wing Chao, and they're like, it's okay, we have each other here. They might have left us, but we got each other. And then Chen Fong's like, yeah, we have each other, but I'm gonna take the dynamite and I'm gonna go sacrifice myself to blow a hole in the other door.
Yeah.
Because if this one led to nowhere, the other place has to lead to somewhere, right?
It might.
And so all of the prisoners are like, oh no, naked guy, you can't do that. Like,
What are you
you're
doing, you stupid?
You're going to get us all killed. And Blonde Hemomancer dude's like, I don't know what you think I can do and what I can't do, but making a tiny hole for you to be able to just like quickly get out, that's going to kill all of us. So
Well, not only that, he was standing still, and this was happening behind him. He was like, "Hey, I don't know what you guys are arguing, but let me concentrate right now."
It was the whole grenade thought. Like,
he was like, "Hey, what's happening back there?
I can't
Don't-
turn my head, but you guys better knock it off.
You guys better not be doing something stupid."
so Chen
Pull
Fong,
this warehouse over.
we're taking us back home, which is where they want to go.
Would take us back to the camp.
So Chen Fong squeezes his way out of the pods and comes into like view. Sorry, comes into view of the other door, and he's like, "Okay, what do I do now?"
No. There was not just one wall of pods. It was like
Multiple
pod
walls.
central. He
Yeah,
found
it was
himself
a
in a
maze.
pod labyrinth.
Yeah, it was a pod maze, and he almost gets crushed until the very end because blonde guy's trying to keep his shit together. Well, Chen Fong's just like wiggling around, you know. So when he finally gets out, you know, he's like, "What am I gonna do?"
No,
like,
someone saves him from getting crushed.
oh really?
Yeah.
I
Like,
thought
he was-
a monster came and then that guy came.
No, he was like still in the middle of the wall.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he was still in the middle
He was
of the
like,
wall.
sneaking through his sides as the wall was slowly crushing him,
Yeah,
and then someone pulled his hand out.
yeah. Okay, I do remember that now. Yeah, so Chen Fong like reaches his hand out and some other hand grabs him, pulls him out, and there is the men of men.
Saitama, One Punch Man.
Yeah, he has flowing long orange hair. I mean, he just looks strong, right? And he's like, "Hey, I just woke up. What the hell happened?" They used a lot of tricks on me. Hey, where's Mi Tenju? Which is, if you don't remember, Milio's father, right? So you know he's important. He knows who Mi Tenju is. That's how they establish like dominancy in this anime, is who knows who. So Chen Fong's like, "What? You don't know what's going on?" And the guy's like, no, I really
Like,
literally
I've been
just woke
asleep
up.
this whole time. I've been asleep for like 7 episodes.
Yeah, as bombs have been exploding and monsters been killing people and all, I've just been sleeping the entire time.
Inside one of these pods.
Yeah, that this
Like I've been moving around and
that's
shaking.
been moving exactly. So he wakes up and then this monster thing comes out while Chen Fong is trying to explain like, oh, we're stuck here and we're dying and there's monsters. By the way, that's a monster. We're fucked right now because this monster's gonna kill us. And orange hair guy, his name is Liu Yao, goes like, what, this guy? I got you. And just punches it just one time. And this little monster thing goes flying into the wall. And Chen Fong's like, what? Because if you don't remember, again, guns and dynamite don't work. But this guy's
swords did though.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Li Shin during this thing was just he grabs his swords and starts slicing into their heads. So that was the actual secret: close combat. They had to remember the basics of CQC. So yeah. So they so Liu Yao's like, "What? Are you guys afraid of these things? It seems like it's time to play a game."
I really like your manly voice. It's
Yeah,
really good.
Thank you. But he's not only doing his manly voice, he's also speaking English, which is I automatically knew Julian would love this guy.
Man, I love English.
It was
in Japan.
he was
It's the
he was
best.
one of the cooler character in the show.
Yeah,
He's
so
the strongest.
gotta get strongest.
He literally beat them in one punch.
Yeah, all these monsters start jumping at him, and Chen Fong's just watching Liu Yao lay waste to. It's like, you know, Smash Brothers, when you have to fight like Team Kirby, and there's gonna be 50 Kirbys coming at you, and you just really just gotta like do your side A smashes or your B moves to kill them. That's all Liu Yao is doing. It's just like punch, 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 dead, 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 dead. Eventually Chen Feng's like, oh my god, you killed all of them. Hey guys, he killed all of them. And then the barrier comes down and they all like look at all of the dead purple monsters and they're like, oh, we're saved. Hey, who's this orange haired guy? And yellow blonde hemomancer dude is just like, holy crap.
How do you not know this amazing big dick person?
Yeah, like I am going to dick ride him for the rest of this anime, guys. I, blonde hemomancer, introduce the condemned Liu Yao, strongest Bloodivore of Bloodivores.
The strongest hemomancer.
Yeah, and so everyone's like, oh, Liu Yao,
Liu Yao, Liu Yao, Liu Yao, Liu Yao.
So they just start chanting his name, and Liu Yao's feeling it. He's like, "Ah, yeah, bask in this glory. I am strong. Hey, blonde dude, who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I am a hemomancer, and I look up to you." And blonde dude's like, "Yeah, well, what's going on?" He goes, "Oh, we can't kill each other, and we're trying to survive." And Liu Yao's like, "Oh, we can't kill each other." It just punches him.
They're like, yeah, let's see. Punches him.
Punches him. And blonde dude flies, dies, and then all of a sudden there's a
Does
counter.
he die? It's so like unclear.
Yeah, well,
I think they stated that he was dead after that punch.
Yeah, he
Like,
team rocketed.
he never came back.
He team rocketed, and then
he never was seen again.
yeah, some other people were like, "Oh, dude, he died," but we didn't get to see him
Yeah.
die. But we did notice, and Liu Yao noticed that there was a counter on his collar, and it went up one.
You
So
know,
he's
you
like,
know how many times I've been able to look at my own neck?
"Oh, yeah,
Zero.
It's because you have that thick beard, man.
Thick? You think this 1/3 inch is thick?
Well, I can't grow any hair there, so. Anyways,
Where can you grow it?
many other places.
That's my fetish.
Gross.
Along with sisters.
Let's
this
continue
is not
now.
taboo tattoo, man. So yeah, so they're like, okay, well, let's just follow Liu Yao to the ends of the earth because he can kill the monsters and we can't.
The supreme leader.
Yeah, Supreme Leader Liu Yao and Wing Chao is so happy. He's just like, oh, I got red hair. He got orange hair. Let's just follow this guy, Liu Yao, Liu Yao, and they just start. Oh, he punches. He Ricky O's. He actually does. He's like,
Yeah, we have Liu Yao on our side.
yeah. He goes like, I bring you freedom, and just punches the wall. And then
No,
they,
they're all trying to open the gate.
yeah, they're
He's
trying to open
and
the
he was
gate.
just like,
slides it open.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are weak. Boom, opens the door. We're free now. And then this is when we notice more post-apocalyptic world. Flash forwarding now back to me, Leo, right? at this moment, he's trying to explain the mystery of the space-time continuum to Choi-Fin and Anji, and he's like, well, at least we're safe because things downstairs don't sound too good. And then Anji raises a flag and she's like, yeah, at least we're safe from those things. All of a sudden, Purple Thing appears out of nowhere, starts attacking them. Luckily, this is when Emilio actually explains his power. He's like, guys, grab onto me. I'm going to use gravity. I can, wherever I see in front of me, I can...
Up to 10 feet.
Up to 10
or
feet.
10 meter.
I can
10
put...
something. 10 measurements.
I can,
10 inches.
soft. But he can
Wow.
put a bead of gravity, which will pull him towards that. And that's why he can fly, because he's just actually just flying towards the gravity.
He kind of set an anchor point. It's very identical to like Gravity Rush, the PS Vita game. Yeah.
So, and that's what he's been doing to fly. And this is why he says, I can't carry so many people. Like, the gravity is only so strong. So he starts using that to...
It's just like normal gravity, so it'll kill him if he does too much.
Yeah, so he starts flying around, trying to distract, while he's telling Choi-Fin and Anji to run. They start running. A lot of the anime at that point was running away from the monster thing, and then cutting back to Liu Yao, and then back to Mi Liu flying. And so the next exciting thing that happens is that Choi-Fin and Anji come across a door, and they're like, Mi Liu is holding off the monster. We have to escape. Quick, there's a door right there. And like Choi-Fin takes the door.
Don't they get attacked by a second monster?
Yeah, another monster comes
No,
out.
there was like 2 or 3, I think, right?
There's two.
There's
I think
two.
one,
Yeah, I think
one
there's two.
Milu was holding off, and the other was chasing the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But
And
he was trying to fend all 3 of them off
Yeah,
because he's the only one that can do things.
He's the only hemomancer. So he's like, oh God, we're all gonna die. And Choi-Fin's like, but there's a door. All right, hey, we're gonna take this door. And Anji's like, oh, Choi-Fin, wait for me. And this is when Choi-Fin shows her true nature and like looks at her and then just pushes her outside and closes the door. And Mi Liu sees this happen. He's like, what? And then like Anji gets like super attacked, like rended in the
Remember
the
how
chest.
Rengiku got carved?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. And so
her clothes are fine.
yeah, that was the like surprising part. Yeah. Anyways,
That was surprising.
Emilio, I mean, because Robot Anji, her shirt didn't survive, and that was just a regular man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So Emilio flies over there and starts trying to fight them, and Choi-Fin's like opens the door and just like, hey, Emilio, over here. And Emilio just like scoops up Anji and then just flies past her. She's like, what?
Leaving her with like
With
one of the monsters.
One of the monsters. And the monster just like, I don't know. It cuts away, but it shows like that it attacked her and starts to like drag her away, kind of.
And the end credits shows her like living her life before this entire thing.
Yeah.
Which
I'll get into that a little later
Like a
too.
eulogy.
But yeah, so it showed basically her life before, being put into that prison.
Like how she got to prison, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it shows
Death
like
flashback.
Yeah.
You might-
Well, no one cried this time. That's why they put in the end credits. But so yeah, Emilio starts flying away to escape, uses a pole, ends up finally killing the monster out of his anger and his gravity. So, while that's happening and Anji is like laying unconscious, he figures out that his father, when he sentenced his son to death, had given him like a handshake, but it wasn't like a super cool basketball handshake, that like players do with their
handshake
coaches.
At all.
Yeah. Well, he burned.
It's like when
Something.
someone's shaking you by the collar and then like you put your hand on their like arm, like their forearm, and you just squeeze them real good.
Yeah,
except,
he
and it
hurt-
was like shining finger.
Yeah, he hurt his son. And it started glowing, and something got burned into Emilio. We have to cut away from the prison entirely at this moment, and see Mitenju get called into some like shadowy board of directors like meeting or whatever. And they're like, "Hey, Mitenju, why did you give your son? I mean, yeah,
give your son. Yeah.
why did you give your son the sapphire?"
the sapphire?
And they're like, he's like, because he's the child of peace and he could use this here. And they're like, we don't necessarily agree with your methods, but you haven't failed us before.
So we'll allow it kind of thing. Is like Like they was just like they were really mad, but they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and so like they were just. I don't know. They just reminded me of Kaiba Corp. You know, you
A
know,
little bit, yeah. Like,
it's like, what are they gonna
like
do?
we do not want to invest in a children card game, and Kaiba was just like, "No, you do what I say.
Yeah.
I never failed you before."
And so Mi Tenju like walks away from the board meeting thinking like, okay, I'm still a badass. Hey, BST that I put all over the
the
building
council
or whatever. Yeah, look, we don't need to kill them. Let's go.
He was ready to light that entire group up.
Yeah, he was like, fight me, I'll show you fight. And so Milio at this time looks at his arm again, and it starts to glow. Basically, what we find out is that the Sapphire is a computer that has internet access. And Milio,
pretty decent search engine as well, I guess.
yeah, and so Milio looks up where he is, and he finds out that it was a facility kind of like Raccoon City of Resident Evil. Like, it is ground zero of where the Bloodivore are mostly contained. So it's a city under quarantine that's not supposed to be open to the public. He looks up Bloodivores in general. We finally find out what drug, and this part pissed me off. Basically, the drug that caused the Bloodivore virus was a sleeping pill called Lullaby. So people who couldn't sleep were taking the sleeping pill.
Really
And they become
case
vampires.
Of insomnia they had though.
What's that?
It was a really strange case of insomnia they had though.
Yeah, well, I guess. I mean,
Like people were up for like days at a time or something.
okay, so yeah, insomnia plus
It wasn't just like
lullaby.
a normal insomnia. It was like a freaky deaky insomnia, super god super insomnia.
tier.
that gotta be one hell of a side effect. Like, oh man, I can't sleep. I'm going to take this pill. Man, I'm a vampire now.
Yeah, I love drinking blood. And so that's where the Bloodivore virus came from, and then we learned what the Child of Peace was supposed to do, which is what Milio's title was. Basically, Mi Tenju, his father and his mother, introduced him into the like some kind of press conference stating that he is a half Bloodivore, where everyone else was like a full Bloodivore or something
Or
like
a full human.
that. Yeah, and they called him Child of Peace. And we didn't understand that either until Milu, again, Google searches it. Because
Google search himself.
Google knows everything. And he's like, oh, Miliu's blood, when given to other Bloodivores, it calms them down and like sedates them or something like that. And, however, if you do a blood transfusion, some react violently and go like on a rampage. And then he looks up how to do a blood transfusion, and then he decides, okay, that's enough internet searching for now. I'm gonna go help Anji. So he goes over to Anji, like stabbed his arm or something like that, and fed his blood to her, right?
Like through the mouth too.
Yeah.
Like it was like that's not how you do a blood transfusion.
It's not
I
a blood
think.
transfusion at all.
Maybe the ancient Chinese secrets.
Oh, you're
true.
right.
That's right. Yeah.
They are Chinese.
So he Miu Miu Guai Guai Fight Yi Chao, and then,
Yeah.
gave his blood to her, and she, of course, like the 1% that acts violently is that 1%, starts like draining him of his blood, and he like passes out or
She
something.
pounces on him. He's like, "Rawr."
Yeah, and he's like,
I mean,
oh,
it's like,
Anji, I like you and everything, but no.
no, that probably was his fetish. Let's be real.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I
It's
mean,
like-
He
did-
said he would be with her until the end.
yeah.
Oh no, not
maybe
the
this
neck.
is like maybe this is a game they used to play when they were little or something, but
Oh, like Doctor.
yeah, like Doctor. It's a weird Doctor that you had been playing, Julian, but yeah, like that.
What do you mean? He was cool.
Oh God, it's so basically, yeah, Anji kind of wakes up at that moment, and then I don't know, like Milu like puts her on her back, and they start flying away like Superman, you know, just like down some hallways and like outside. These purple monsters start appearing more, and he starts trying to run away from them, and he gets basically to like eventually. I mean, he's running away successfully for a while until he gets to until they get to like a dead end. At this point, Milu, who's already tired from using his powers the entire time, like tries to figure out a way to get past this, and that's when he notices that Anji's body that's like piggybacking on him just like what did you say happens to her? She like communized or something?
She commented like she just goes limp. She just slowly fades
Dead
out.
weight.
She slumps.
She
Dead
truly
weight.
becomes dead weight, falls off of his back, and then like, I don't know, something happens. Milu gets knocked out. When he wakes up, some cat blonde lolly, basically ill from
Taboo to tattoo.
Yeah.
With no vocabulary and less lesbian experiences.
Yes.
I think I would refer to her as the cat persona from Scar Rider Z, where she was just a cat and just made noises.
Yeah, basically. So, so this is what the voice actress had to say for this, as the voice actress for the girl. Yeah, 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 yeah.
They end up calling her Yaya because that's the only thing she could say, and they can't figure out her name.
Like
Yeah.
a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's basically a Pikachu.
And she also has a collar. It's crazy.
She has a collar, yeah, but she wasn't with the prisoners, which is what Wa was thinking about. You know, like how did this girl get in here? But Chen Fong, who didn't leave with Wing Chao with Liu Yao, he stayed back and ran into Lee Sin, and the two of them found Yaya, and Chen Fong explains like, oh yeah, we ran into you and Anji's like unconscious body, and Yaya here, I call her Yaya because all she says is Yaya, she can heal people or something. And
Whoa,
isn't
what?
that what?
Yeah, no, that's
She
what
s- she
they
sleeps-
said. She can heal or resurrect people.
What? That's crazy.
That's her hemomancy.
Yeah.
I missed that part
wasn't
entirely.
it wasn't shown or anything. They just said,
She
"Oh
sleep-
man, like Anji's wound got healed. She must have the ability to heal."
Yeah,
That's what they determined it as.
This must have been before I drank the Red Bull.
I guess so.
Maybe.
They're just like, she sleeps on top of people and then they're better, or they wake up or whatever. And so they're like, yeah, oh no, Yaya's collar is like a super low number. What are we going to do? Because this is the part that I didn't get. Liu Yao and all of them figured out they had to kill monsters and stuff to make the number on the collar go up. And if the number on the collar goes up, people's heads don't go boom. When did Milu figure that out?
Who was the black hair guy that's half naked?
Chen Fong.
Chen Fong.
Oh,
So he
yeah,
was
yeah,
he was
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And
It was shared information.
Shared
Well,
information.
I don't think he ever explained it, but I think he explained off screen that he told Mailu, and Mailu was just like, "Oh yeah, that must be what happened. So we have to kill monsters, and she had to kill monsters."
And so they figure out that like they need Yaya to kill a monster. That's exactly what. Yeah.
Yeah,
what
that was their
going.
plan. They need to figure out how to get her to kill a monster.
Because this girl's too precious. She's only has 5 left on her whatever counter the Bloodivore thing
It's
means.
a day. It was like a day counter for her, but the dude whose head exploded, it counted down from like 4, 3,
To what?
1,
Yeah.
and then boom
Yeah.
or something.
Again, this anime did not follow its own rules.
So the thing is, like, they had rules, but it wasn't explained what those rules were.
Maybe hemomancers are monsters.
No, that's something that was brought up because before Chen Fong met up with them, one of the purple monsters were like disappearing into blue mist or something like that, and
It
there
was
was a red
Blue flying confetti.
Yeah.
Blue
Blue
confetti
flames.
that went in the wrong way.
Yeah.
and inside the monster was like a red crystal that was shaped in like
A human.
a human fetus, basically. Like it's just
Really?
like a
It
guy in the
really
fetal
reminded me of,
position.
like, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe dolls. I just thought
Yeah.
it looked like a dude sitting in the fetal position.
It vaguely reminded me of the thing from Berserk, the
The
bailiff. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bailiffs.
So yeah, I don't know. We don't know where these monsters come from, and they never really explain.
Again,
it.
yeah. That was the worst part.
So when at some point when they were wandering, they found some kind of like shopping mall parking garage thing, and as they were walking by it, like this purple tentacle flew out of nowhere and almost killed Chen Fong. Oh nope,
They were looking.
I
for
messed
Liu
this
Yao.
up. Yeah, Chen Fong was like, let's just go talk to Liu Yao and maybe he will spare us a monster that Yaya can give the killing blow to or something like that. And so Liu and Chen Fong leave Li Xin with the girls. And this is when we found another stupid trope. Li Xin can't be around girls very
He's afraid
well.
of women.
Yeah, he's terrified of them.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a problem for him when he was inside the cell with Cho Fan.
Again, it was a stupid trope that they did
They
randomly
just
put
kind
in.
of threw it in there.
Well, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Because eventually, while Milio and Chen Fong are walking towards Liu Yao, they come across this parking garage thing, and this is when Anji was being annoying too. They had a two-way walkie-talkie radio, and Anji was just constantly checking in on Milio. And so they were by this parking garage, and they noticed that there's two of Liu Yao's men, and so Milio's like, okay, we gotta hide, like we can't let them see us. And Chen Feng's like, yeah, let's just hide behind this wall. And all of a sudden you hear,
How are you doing? Are you okay?
oh god, how do I turn this off?
Milu, come over, or like, are you there? Over.
Yeah, you know. And the two Liu Yao men are just like, hey, what was that over there by the wall? I know, we'll kill whoever is there, because obviously there might be other humans or something that weren't a part of our original group.
Or maybe monsters as being sneaky.
Yeah, let's just be hella violent towards anyone that's not part of Liu Yao's men for no reason.
Even though that goes
'Cause you're
against our counter.
Yeah. And so they like corner them or whatever, and then all of a sudden this purple tentacles shoot out of this parking lot and like kills them, and then Chen Fong is about to die too, but Milio grabs him and flies a little bit further away from the tentacle until the tentacle can't reach anymore. And then
It was a lot like the water stage in Majora's Mask, where the eels are coming out of the caves trying to get at you underwater. It's terrifying.
yeah, I didn't get that far in the game.
Wow.
I know, I'm a fraud.
Please never buy a Switch.
Well, I never had a Nintendo 64. I was a PlayStation kid.
Please never buy a Switch. You don't deserve one.
Wow.
Buy one for me.
I play Pokemon. Anyways.
Ooh, super casual.
Excuse me? I play on the Pro Circuit.
Excuse me, I'm the elite here. You need to
Oh
calm
my
down.
god.
Casual.
You're only an elite in Final Fantasy. That's why no one wants to play with you.
Okay. Going back to
enough personal attacks here. So
You a straw man.
that segment's called personal attacks. It's a mini episode in our podcast where we just attack each other. Anyways,
good job explaining that to the people.
of course, man. That's they gotta understand the premise of the show.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're still new.
So Chen Fong and Milu end up making it to Liu Yao's place, and Liu Yao's like, why the hell would I want to help you guys? Ha 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 ha. My life is great. Ha 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 ha. Wait, you're a hemomancer? Ha 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 ha.
What's your name?
Yeah. Oh, it's Milu. Okay. Hey, girl.
Check out this girl I'm banging.
Yeah, basically. Snaps his fingers, and guess who comes out from behind the curtains?
Is it a third Anji?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was
Third
gonna
robot.
say
Second
that
robot.
too. Was it another Anji? No, it's Cho Ifan.
But she died.
Did she?
We thought so.
She was like murdered, and she had a eulogy and everything.
They played a flashback for her and everything, but guess what? She's not a. She's not
We
alive.
saw her dead body being dragged.
Yeah. So yeah,
Back to his bedroom.
but Liu Yao wasn't in the hallway.
Yeah,
Liu Yao was so strong.
Yeah,
He
that's
banged
kind
her
of
back
weird,
to
isn't
life.
it?
God dang it. So yeah, Milio's like, holy crap, what's happening? And Choi Fan's like, hey Milio, what do you need monsters and weapons for? And he's like, we have this plan to be able to defeat a monster that is we need to trap or kill a monster or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like she stares at him, and Liu Yao's like waiting for her to say something, and basically Milio deciphers that she most likely, because she's staring at both Chen Fong and him intensely, that she must be able to tell truths and lies, and that's her hemomancer power. Now, if we go back in time to the beginning of this anime, not all Bloodivores are hemomancers. But all of a sudden, all new Bloodivores that we're coming across all have some type of hemomancer power.
They like to hide it because apparently being a hemomancer is not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even the kids at the orphanage didn't know Mailu was a hemomancer.
Yeah, they did it.
So it's like, wait, how long have you been hiding this?
They also didn't know that he wasn't an orphan.
Yeah, you have a mom and dad.
All right, thanks for bringing that up because I forgot about that part of the backstory.
Yeah.
At some point where Emilio was crying, they have a flashback where they were back in the days when Chen Fong, Anji, Wing Chao, and Emilio were like children, and they bring up that the plot of the reason of why they were robbing the bank was that the orphanage that they grew up on had I don't know, it was getting shut down and he needed to buy the land in order to save it or something like that. That's why originally when they were stealing money from the bank, they're like, hurry up, just put all of the money in the bag. Emilio's like, no, we don't take any more than we need or something like that.
Than what we came for.
Yeah. And so that explains that. That's a small bit of resolution in this anime. Anyways, Liu Yao finds out that Milu has a hemomancer power because Choi Fan like says like, hey, he's a hemomancer. And Liu Yao's like, wait, hold on, you can fight? You have a hemomancer power? Let me see it. And Milu's like, no, I do not wish to show you. I really just want weapons. And he's like, okay, I'll give you all the weapons you want if you fight me.
He was like, why?
I just want to see your power. Milu could have just told him his power or something.
No, he asked him to team up with him.
Oh yeah, he has to be his dog or something.
Oh, like
that, right?
like the join up
Team
with
up
them.
with
Like,
him.
yeah.
No, Milu
Like to be
wasn't about-
partners or something. He was like,
Like,
he was like,
no.
oh no, you're too great. I'm way out of your league, kind of thing. Or I mean, you're way out of my league.
And then
Or-
that's when Liu Yao was like, here, let me show you something. Opens his back door and there's like these like gravity hole things that are like a portal to a different dimension. Yeah,
wormhole
they're like
or
wormholes.
Space
And that's
continuum
where
things.
and that's where the monsters were like popping out from or something, right?
Not until the very. We didn't realize that. We just found that was the barrier keeping them all in.
Oh, okay, that was the barrier.
Yeah.
And so they get the weapons and stuff, and then they like call up Anji, Yaya, and Li Shin.
Well,
But
forgot
at this
about the
time,
part where Liu Yao tried to throw that dude in there.
well, yeah, that's how he was gonna say like find out his power thing.
No, he was like, if you're not gonna work with me, then
Oh,
fuck
then no one
you.
can have you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Into
how
the
did-
dimension hole you go.
How did I mean? He used his power and then like flew away. But how did he get out of the facility?
He flew away some more.
Oh no, he grabbed one of the
You
grabbed
think his answer wasn't running?
I think he grabbed one of the flashbang and then threw it on the ground and it created an explosion and then he just flew away and
Oh
they're
yeah,
like,
he
yeah.
Walter Whited. I remember
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah,
don't think it was a flashbang. I think it was just a real grenade.
he just
I
blew
feel
up.
like it was a
blew
grenade
hole
there,
in the
yeah.
thing.
But they survived. They're like, it was like, oh wow,
That was cool.
yeah, cool trick, bro.
Yeah, he grabbed Chen Fong on the way out, of course, too.
Who had all the weapons?
Yeah, and so at this time, he tries to tell Anji and Yaya and Li Shin that they got the stuff, but Li Shin, did he drink some of Milu's blood?
No, so what happened with that is like, you know how you mentioned that the purple beasts, they kind of fade into that blue confetti flame thing.
Yes.
And then there's that the fetus red Bayless
Bayless.
stone.
Yes.
And then
if you
yeah,
touch it.
yeah, if
Not
so
if you touch it, but some of it absorbed into his skin when it melted away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you get that into you, you have a chance to go berserk or something.
awaken your
Latent hemomancy powers.
Yes.
Yeah. So that happened to Li Shin, and then originally he was like afraid to be around the girls, but then he just becomes
He
unlimited
felt
Blade
no-
Works psycho.
became
his
Mr. One.
his hemomancer is that he's a Beyblade.
Yeah, he can literally sprout swords like Kimimaru from Naruto can spit out bones. He spits out full blade swords from his body, and he can just spin like a Beyblade and become Cyclone Tornado and cut stuff. And so he's like attacking the girls or whatever. Milu finally appears. We get 3 episodes of Milu fighting Li Shin and dragging him to the warehouse thing, right?
The building where the
monster.
monster is, yeah.
Yeah.
The monster I plan to kill, the tentacle thing that's stretched out.
Yep. Milu had already planted all the charges of the bomb that they took from Liu Yao into the thing, because his plan is that since the monster can't escape from the building, if Yaya pushes the button to blow up the building and kill the monster, her kill count should go up.
Solid reasoning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push the button like this. If you die, that's your fault.
No, it's your fault.
I'm not pushing you. So basically, after this long drawn out fight of Milu flying away from Li Shin and trying to make him wake up or whatever, Yaya, Chen Fang get there along with Anji. Chen Fang somehow gets stabbed by Li Shin because he's not awake yet. The plan goes awry. I'm really skipping around here because the fight was not that compelling because it's literally just spinning. Lots and lots
Spinning
of
and flying
Spinning
around.
and running. Can't call it
Yeah.
flying. He wasn't flying. I don't understand how his power works if you need to be with 10.
Yeah, he was using he was running sideways when he was flying earlier, but now he could run sideways. I don't know.
Well, he made the focus of his gravity like the building he was running on. As he ran, I assume he changed it.
But
Yeah.
no, when he was going to get the bombs, he was just straight up flying.
Inside the parking lot.
Well, yeah, it was like he would just fly around.
There were points where he just flew.
Yeah,
Like they just got lazy and was like, all right,
just draw him running.
you know what, whatever. He had the ability to fly. That's your explanation.
Yeah, kind of like Jotaro.
So from there, he's like finally about to escape, but Li Shin is coming closer. Anji grabs a grenade, throws it at Li Shin because they're trying to time it perfectly for Yaya to be able to push the button, the explosion, push some other people away or something like that, but gets supposed to knock out Li Shin, but save Milu at the same time. And yeah, Li Shin.
I think they did the explosives yet.
No, you don't think
Well,
I
so?
don't think so.
You're forgetting a very important part right
Which
now.
is what?
Black hair, half naked guy name again is.
I already said he got stabbed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't hear that part.
Okay. So anyways, this grenade goes off. It gets thrown. Li Shin slaps it away, and then Anji's like, "No, I failed. Like, I always fail. I just wanted to be able to protect Milu." And her hemomancy finally like awakens, and she's Shikamaru. She can use shadow to control and grab things and people and stuff.
Yes.
And so she uses the shadow to like throw the grenade again back into that area. Blows everyone up.
And as Milu is falling, it shoots him down even faster.
Yeah. And
Face plant like right on the ground.
yeah, and Li Shin gets knocked out. Yaya pushes the button. The building falls. Her thing goes up like only 20 days. And then yeah, Li Shin wakes up, apologizes for going crazy or whatever. And this is when Milu finds out that Anji, like, the reason why Wing Chao was like not okay with Anji is because her shadow is the one that killed the kid and the 14 people inside the bank.
Yeah, he saw the shadow just sneak off into wherever all the hostages were.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Somehow he just understood. No one the whole series knew that this could be done, but he knew.
Yeah,
Something's not right
once
here.
you started restraining the monsters, the shadows, he like put two and two together. It's like, oh, math.
Yeah. Insert math lady meme right here.
Yeah.
And then come up with the conclusion that it was Anji. Liu Yao shows up, says like, "Oh, so this is how you were going to capture the monster. I want to fight you guys," or something. Anji tries to like bind him. He tries to do the Inashika Cho formation and like bind him while Emilio will fly and like kick him or something, and Li Shin can Beyblade. but Liu Yao's too powerful. Like breaks
Tears
out
of that easy.
the dragon monster thing that they had seen a long time ago finally comes down, and Liu Yao's like, "Shut up, you're annoying."
And to punch him.
One punches it
A punch!
in the face. It blows up into blue confetti, and this blue like lady computer thing like emerges from it, and then everything's a blur for me right here. Like, because this is the end of the series. I was so happy.
Yeah, so she took the image of, like, she took the appearance of what looked like Milu's mother.
The
Yeah.
silhouette of her, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's how it ended. That's
That's the end.
And
Yeah.
that's the end, guys.
The monsters started coming out of portals, just materializing out of thin air.
and
The end.
and the end.
Woo!
Insert edgy rock music
You
here.
did it. You did it, everyone. We finished Bloodivores.
We finished Bloodivores.
Everyone get you get a medal for finishing.
Yeah, no explanation as to the space-time continuum. No explanation of the Child of Peace.
Why they're there.
Why Liu Yao wants to kill Mi Tenju.
What Mi Tenju's trying to do.
What the government is trying to do.
That side story with the cop who was getting shot at for trying to look into the disappearance of
yeah,
all the
you totally
criminals.
missed that part, but it's a totally.
It was because it never got resolved. It really
No.
wasn't important.
I think the best part is at the very end of the last episode, they show a preview of like it looked like the cop and Mailu father in like some sort of library, and it doesn't say like coming next for season 2. It just says thanks for watching.
Yeah,
It just shows a whole bunch of clips.
just we donezo. All right, so because that we'll give you the solace when I heard this song for the last time, I knew that my life would be okay again. Everything would be Taijobu. So here's the ending theme to Bloodivores.
Blood of snores.
I felt the words descending from the sky. Burst the blinds over your eyes, and instant night, intoxicated by the pain in this complicated universe, illuminated by the haze. Will you let me throw into the heart my life, my conclusion? It's the same, the same, the same, the same without you. But somehow to feel you and the quiet, quiet blurs of a mind, like the summer sky covered by our demand fragrance. I'd dream of you in the rain, like the way that we used to be.
All right, so yeah, that was the ending theme. And you know what's funny about that ending theme, guys? Like, I was actually really excited to get to the ending theme in the first like 5 episodes because the ending theme animations were different, you know? Like, that's how we saw the eulogy for Choi Fen after
Yeah, they had
her
things.
cliffhanger
Well, I mean
death.
that was nice. Like it would have been nice when like a character died and like they show like what they were doing before they got arrested and stuff.
Yeah.
But
But they
I mean,
totally stopped after episode like 6.
yeah.
It
Not
was
only
the same ending theme every time. And
yeah,
I'm like,
not
what
only
happened?
not only did they do that, it's just like no one important really died.
True. Yeah, I guess.
So it was like, why even have a death scene when like they're gonna live through it?
I mean, like, I would have liked to have seen the backstories of a little bit of maybe like Mi Tenju, Liu Yao,
Yeah, exactly.
Wing Chao.
Hey, but they hinted at it to a second season, so they could redeem themselves.
God. All right. Anyways, before we get into our judgments, let's go into our favorite segment. Well, my favorite segment, because I like to hear what they come up with. But
Clickbaity.
yeah, here's clickbait. So, clickbait.
We've been
This
calling
is
it
a
something
segment-
different every time.
Yeah. This is concurrent with Taboo Tattoos episode, and we're gonna stick with it. So,
Sure,
No, I want the theme where
'Cause
like
we
we
are
change the title
consistent.
every single time.
too bad because I'm the one announcing the segment. So, all right. Clickbait is the part of the show where we basically, if you've ever read a Netflix description of a show or Crunchyroll or Hulu or whatever, we try to sell you the show, entice you somehow. Anyways, so we're gonna go start off with our resident typhoon
Elite.
himself. Yeah, our resident elite, Julian. How about you give us your clickbait for?
Are you ready to be seduced?
Yeah, give me those dulcet tones, bro. This is clickbait for Bloodivores.
Chokers, bloodlust, and magic. China's take on an anime version of True Blood will leave you thirsting for more.
Wow, True Blood. I haven't seen that. That was like hot in high school for us. What the heck?
I feel like
True
we
Blood.
always go with like the. We always talk.
I'm not really sure what True Blood is.
It was a vampire like HBO drama.
That's all I really knew about it. I think it was like a bunch of like banging vampires or something.
Basically, yeah. No, they were vampires that banged.
There you go.
There you go.
You're gonna watch the show now. You're gonna ignore everything we just said and
We're
listen to
gonna
that.
go watch the True Blood. Yeah.
No, watch True Blood. Watch Bloodivores.
Bloodivores. All right. Yeah, for the clickbait. That was pretty good, Julian. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
All right. So next we'll go with Wah. This is clickbait for Bloodivores.
So yeah, I noticed we always try to go with like that. Like we always do like 3 words and then we
Yeah,
go into the summary.
That's the
So-
best format.
Yeah. So
Magic, guilt,
so-
a talking cat.
I'm gonna go off the format. I'm gonna go AWOL and just go something different. So
All right.
Thanks for the setup.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Here's the actual setup again. So this is clickbait for Bloodivores.
blood boils in this tense Chinese anime cartoon. 4 heroes are locked in a blood-path environment with other blood-crazed criminals and hooligans. Blood will spread in this bloody anime. Enough blood pun. Watch the show.
That was
Did you
really
say
good. What?
blood puns?
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
what it sounded
Were
like
any
blood
of those
spuds.
even puns?
No, I didn't know what word to use, so I didn't put puns. I'm like, what if these ask good is
You
good
could-
enough?
I think you could have just said enough blood. But
Oh, yeah. There was enough room to workshop it, you know.
yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It's fun to talk about.
I feel
guess.
bad now because since I didn't prep this one, this is off the cuff, if you will.
You know, it's fine. Improving is totally fine in this show.
Yeah, I mean,
It seems to not be.
not
Jonathan.
Nania Days. What was that anime called again that we did?
Naughty girls.
Maho
Nadia-
Shoujo Nadia
Nadia-
Gals.
Yeah, they definitely showed me the power of improv. So, will one of you guys kick off the segment for me?
I
Oh,
do
you
not
mean
know
let
sure
us-
how to kick it off.
You just say
What
this
is your clickbait?
you just say
Figured?
this is- God. All right.
This is clickbait for Bloodivores.
Thank you, Julian. That's all I
I'm
wanted.
improving right now.
That's all I wanted. All right. China. Martin Shkreli, Michael Bay, Quentin Tarantino, all great American directors. For vampire-esque action, check out Bloodivores. Still a better story than Twilight.
Did you say bloody?
You are
war?
straight up lying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's clickbaity.
And it-
Clickbait.
No, at least clickbait. Like, you know, I saw a thread on Reddit like said Street Fighter normals are like stumpier than Street Fighter 4, and this is why. And it just shows pictures of them being shorter than Street Fighter 4's normal. And like, it's like, well, yeah, that confirms it.
There you go.
Sun is round because it's round. But no, you're just lying. Like, you know,
What? No, there's a Michael Bay-esque scene.
pillows are causing cancer. Find out this time.
Now, Martin
And then-
Shkreli, he's the guy that made the what do you call it, the EpiPen and other drugs and raised the prices of them. That's like the lullaby drug. Quentin Tarantino, because we didn't start at the beginning of the show, we started in the middle of the beginning of the show, and it is still a better story than Twilight. So
Fight me.
I'm really liking how you're defending it. Like,
Yeah,
like
someone-
prove me
as
wrong.
someone who's
children.
never watched
Prove
Twilight,
me
fight me.
wrong.
I will go down with my ship. So
I'm gonna go down, all right. Go down on these nuts.
oh, please, no, thank you. All right,
You'll be thanking me.
All right.
like
so
now?
what do we do? What do we do after this next?
Um,
What's next?
All right. Our next segment is when we give our final judgments on the actual. Where did we think that Bloodivores lands actually on the scale of this was terrible? I think the last mark of what we did was I like this anime, or I
don't
watched
like
this anime just because I needed to cosplay from it, or this anime was terrible. Basically, I don't know. Rate your
This
anime.
anime
Let's
is
just
the
rate it.
reason Hayao Miyazaki said anime is trash.
Damn.
Well, I'm not saying specifically this one, but
And that guy's out of retirement now.
because his son's a fuck up.
No, he can't deliver.
I don't know.
All right, so
I don't like any Studio Ghibli films.
well, how about we start off with you? Where do you rate Bloodivores?
I think I would rate it right next to 90 Girls, where it's one of the worst full-length anime that I've seen. Because, like, you know how in anime, you always have those characters, like, they're brand new to the environment, and the other character kind of show them how the world is, or they basically introduce them to the world.
You mean like an anime where someone comes from one universe and gets thrown into another universe? Is that
well,
what you
like,
mean?
I mean, like, you know how in, I'm trying to think, in, like, Tapu Tattoo or Big Order, like, the main character, like, he gets these powers, and then the other people with powers guys explain to him, oh, this is how the power works, basically. We didn't get that, and, like, they just kind of made us assume from the content
that we were
like,
watching the
yeah,
web
yeah,
comic.
like with the content they're providing us, that we're supposed to go along with them, like, oh yeah, this person has the ability to heal for some reason. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah,
or
sure.
like oh hey, you're locked in this battle royale fest environment. It's not even the good battle royale. It's battle royale 2, where it's like,
Well, it was like not really battle royale, because in battle royale everyone was supposed to kill each other.
well,
right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Battle Royale 2, the movie, like they were supposed to work together to fight like a terrorist. I forgot, but they also had exploding collar, where if one of them died, then the other person died as well. Like whoever got partnered up with them. But yeah, so it was
Guns.
yeah. So it was the bad battle royale, and it was just the story was just all over the place, and we get no explanation or no closure at all.
Yeah.
So I would say this is a pretty terrible anime. 1 out of 10, I guess.
Well, damn. Wow.
Yeah,
1 out of 10
yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely drop it after the first episode, when they get shot up in the van, and the very next second, like, they show the preview of all of them
You wouldn't
being
be
fun.
curious as to how they got out?
No, I'm like, if you're going to do that, might as well not show me of them getting killed.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 10 from Wall for Bloodivores. Damn. All right. Julian, how about you?
So you know how you go to school, right?
Uh-huh.
And you go there to learn things. Like, say you go to math class, and first grade they teach you things like this is 1 through 10, and this is what a plus sign is, and here's a minus sign, and
You have the
division
basics
sign,
of math.
multiplications and equal sign.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
they're supposed to
come
teach
on.
you.
All right, so they gave you all these things, right? And they just like, all right, class over. And then you just go home, and you never go to school again. And you're like, what do these things do? That was Bloodivores for me. Like, they just did all these things, and I'm like, what am I doing with these? What am I supposed to feel?
What are my feelings?
What am I supposed to act with? Like, what am I did not enjoy this. I too would have dropped it at the exact same place. Walt would have dropped
Damn,
it at.
first episode drop. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, not even give it the 3 episode rule. Just,
You know,
like, don't give it the time of day. It doesn't get better.
yeah. You proved to me that you cannot handle the ball that you have been passed.
you dropped the ball multiple times.
Like at the very end,
So
like
they
it
were
was.
playing basketball. You
guess.
passed it to him.
Yeah,
and
like,
then he's just like,
here's
nope.
a ball. Here's a no. Let's go back to the other analogy. And like, here's a ball and here's a hoop. Enjoy the game. Like, what am I doing here? I just moved here from Antarctica. What is this? What are sports?
What are sports?
You know?
Do
1
I
out of
eat
10.
this ball?
I would give it a 1 out of 10 as well.
1 out of 10.
Like the animation was wonky. Like there's this one scene in the opening where Milu is catching Anji. What's
Yeah.
her name? Anji.
From the car or something like that? Or
No, just from the air, and it just looked really, really, really awkward. And yeah, I didn't like anything about it. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like any of the aesthetics. The music was pretty poor. Yeah, 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Still no Scarred Riders X though,
Definitely no Scarred Riders X.
because that was made by Japan, and I expect better.
All right. So for myself, like, I agree. Some of the animation was really off. Like, I called it Clannad face syndrome. Like,
oh
they-
yeah, they some of them were like super cross-eyed or something. It was like,
yeah.
it was super noticeable.
Oh,
I try not to make
I forgot all about the lazy
Clannad
eyes.
face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I'll be watching, I'm like, is that guy? Are their eyes off? Like
Yeah.
I try not to make fun of the animation of some anime because
Because it's their job to animate it correctly, but you don't want to.
well, it's like I know. It's like I don't know. It's hard, or they don't have the budget to correct it, or whatever. But I mean,
guess.
at least you have one job, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
just animate it right.
I would be fine with all of that if you just had a good story. I can look past things, but when everything you have isn't up to snuff, like it's really tough to want to do something like this.
I kind of figure if you can't do it right, then don't do it at all.
Yeah, so the animation was a little rough in some parts. I really didn't enjoy all the cliffhangers not having resolution. Like, I honestly feel that in an anime, if you want to have a compelling story, because there are animes that do this right, you have one season, but you resolve all of the
arc or like the conflict basically.
yeah,
Like,
or you give at least an answer to it. Like, you acknowledge the fact that you brought up a problem and then you address it. Like, Robot Anji, still, I know what.
yeah,
like,
why her or
All
why
the
robot?
bugs in the orphanage. What?
Why? I didn't touch on this at all because it really did not play any other part in the anime except for setting up Milio to like explain things. But there is a cop like outside of
It was the same cop that was interrogating Mailu after the bank
Originally?
robbery. That was like he was like, he said, he was the one that was super mad that he was being so calm after like all those people got murdered. But then he started to dig in, was like, hey, their body disappeared. There's no blood in the van that
the
got
van
shot
or
up.
anything, yeah.
So he was just like, all right, I'm going to dig in. There's something weird about this. And the more he digged in, like,
yeah,
he got
his partner died. Some girl that was in Milio's past with green hair ended up like trying to assassinate him. Like, but no one's explaining what this extra project.
These
why?
are those division signs I'm talking about.
Yeah, like
What do
why
these things do?
what is this plus sign? but yeah, like Milio, him being the child of peace, like they never even got into what happened with that. Why didn't he end up actually saving all the Bloodivore people? Where's
Why
his
can't
mom?
Bloodivores mate with normal people? What?
Yeah, like why can't Bloodivore be like Bloody Roar, where you get to turn into an animal because they're turning
that
into
one
things.
did dude.
Yeah.
That one dude
Oh, yeah,
did.
yeah,
yeah, like one guy just straight up turned into a werewolf and then he turned back just fine.
He was a child too. He was a little boy.
He got behelited.
Yeah, that was his hemomancer power. That's what I was like, oh, I get it. If something weird happens with him, he just gets to be a hemomancer. That's all that is to me. You know? Oh, why is Yaya only saying Yaya? And why didn't she come with the rest of the group? You know, like, where was she? You know, there's just so many cliffhangers.
I
Again,
actually
like,
plan
yeah.
to go and look at what I hope to be a Wikipedia page or something. Just-
I doubt there's even one, though.
I tried to find it. The best I found was like the web comic
Is the
or the
webcomic
webtoon.
finished?
No, it's
Oh,
it
no.
was not translated. And again, it's only like each
Oh,
chapter,
the
each chapter,
translators dropped it.
each chapters are like 11 pages long, and I find it's kind of worse or just about the same level.
Yeah, either way. I
So-
mean, I wouldn't give it a 1 out of 10. I mean, like, there are some. I mean, like, the idea.
What was the coolest moment for you?
coolest moment?
Beyblade mode or One Punch Man or
Shit. Coolest moment was probably. Yeah, Beyblade versus Melio running. Oh, because I just wanted to see the resolution. There wasn't even resolution of that. God, there really wasn't a cool
Yeah,
moment.
he lost his arm.
my.
I mean, the idea of superpowers in a war, in a situation where it is a survival game, to me, the premise had promise. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 1 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10.
my
When
goal
would you have
now.
dropped it?
Yeah, my goal now is to find like the worst anime you've ever seen and to hear you talk about it.
Scarletters
'cause,
X?
Did you give that 1 out? I don't think you gave that 1 out of 10.
That's the worst anime I've ever seen.
I would have to find my benchmark for like this was absolute trash and I'm a worse person for watching.
But so
it.
far, you're right. I think you mentioned like you never gave a 1 out of 10 on animes that we watched yet.
No.
So I gotta.
I mean, because I still watched it. If I had to drop it, I probably would have dropped it after when Milio after episode 4 where Choi Fun died, the episode after that, I would watch that one and then drop it after that. It's episode
It's all a blur to me.
5. Yeah, basically I think it was episode 5. Basically because
Man,
there
you'd
was
get almost halfway through it. You wouldn't even make it to the Chinese opening.
That's true, I wouldn't.
Dang. What a shame.
I mean, like, because Liu Yao was cool, but I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't compelling enough to be like, yeah, I'm down for season 2. I don't care about the cliffhangers anymore. Like,
I feel like the way they do the cliffhanger, they expect the viewer to kind of say, "Oh man, maybe the next episode will explain what happened. But I mean, it's like after so many of those cliffhangers, you're just like, why bother? They're not. It
Yeah.
seemed like they're not going to answer any of our questions at all or resolve any issues.
Exactly. It's just cliffhanger on cliffhanger, which is an interesting way to keep people enticed. But if you
Like
give,
Lost.
if you give no resolution though, then you won't
Yeah, of course
keep
they're going to
attention.
drop it and not care about it anymore.
Yeah. Anyways,
I, for one, am excited for a season 2, so someone can summarize it for me.
some
I
other
still want
banner.
answers. I want to know what happens when you put a 1 and the cross looking thing and the 1 together. Like, well, what do I get?
A 2.
We'll see.
Will we? I hope we do.
Anyways,
Hopefully that get answered.
and if you guys are listening, I would love it if you guys would help us out. If our rating system is actually helping you out, like if
And
you would
if
like
not,
the 1 to
send
10
us an
scale,
email.
yeah, someone send us an email. If you send us an email, I'll give you a shout out in the podcast and maybe something else.
Oh boy, look like we're going to get 8 new emails.
I would hope.
If you come to me, I will fight you.
Well,
A friendly sparring match.
there you go.
You have the opportunity. You just have to come to where I am, and we can fight. It'll be fun.
I guess.
I don't expect to win. I don't expect to lose.
Follow us on Twitter to see where we are.
I think I have a Twitter.
You do?
I think I do.
What is it?
I think it's probably at Tofu Typhoon.
Oh, okay.
What did you use it? Oh, actually, you do. I think I'm following you. What do you even use it for?
I think I used it to get a skin for League of Legends.
That sounds about right.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
I got a guarantee. Well, I got the champion too.
All right. So, let's move on to the next part of the podcast. Speaking of emails, yeah. Since we don't have any, we're gonna
We
go back
don't?
to our Still no.
We're
Come on,
seven.
guys,
we're 7
please.
episode in.
I'm
and-
so desperate and so lonely.
You know, I will say that we did get our first YouTube comment though, and that was fun. Thanks to, I think his name was
Juan G, I
Juan?
believe.
Yeah, thanks Juan for that. We are looking to see how we can make this show a better show for you guys. We're looking to improve. This is our first podcast, and you know we can only grow from here. So, thank you for that commentary, and thanks to Philip and a few other people as well, explaining that maybe the length of the show is a little too much. And yeah, honestly, thank you guys for listening.
All work in progress. His was very. It was a very good quick take. It wasn't like your normal, go kill yourself, guys. And stop doing it.
KYS.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like it was a positive critique. Like it's something that we can work off of.
yeah. So since we're gonna go into our next segment, this is when we would respond to our listeners. But right now, we're gonna use Yahoo Answers. So first question, guys. Is the Hunger Games based on a true story? This writer writes in saying, I was watching the Hunger Games. Is it true? Like, did it happen to Nazis after World War II?
I've never watched Battle Royale. And I've never watched the Hunger Games. So I have no clue.
I watched both Battle Royales. I read the Battle Royale manga, and I watched, I think, the
Is that a
first
manga?
movie of Hunger Game. God, I hope it's not based off a true story because some of those are pretty brutal.
I'm sure that somewhere something like that has conspired.
You think a government would actually pit against?
Oh, it's the government. I don't really know the plot of.
So I
Hunger
wouldn't.
Games.
I
Yeah.
was like, I wouldn't have said World War II. I mean, like, yeah, obviously no. Though during World War II, Germany did do some crazy experiments with their captives. Like Hitler tried breeding animals with people to see what the results would be.
Ooh, that's my fetish.
Oh gosh, Julian. Anyways, and other things
You
like
mean
that.
Wah? Wah said that.
Oh gosh, wow.
I think they know our voice by now. Hopefully,
But I mean, like, there were times when criminals would get put into fight for your life situations, and that was during Colosseum times. So
oh yeah, I guess that is true. Like the Colosseum did happen back in
Yeah.
Roman time.
There was that.
and they would pit fighters against fighters and throw in one gladiator who was like OP, like a level 60 versus some level 10s. He was an elitist. So yeah, you know,
I guess you could say like Battle Royale and Hunger Games are based off of a
I think
fight
it
to the death kind of situation. Yeah.
yeah, I do think it comes off of the deep primal core of humans watching, people fight for their lives. Like we still do blood sports.
Yeah,
There's-
we do. We have
MMA.
UFCs and Valley Tudo.
yeah,
Tudo. Vale, vale.
So yeah. So no, the Hunger Games wasn't based off of World War II, but maybe
Not specifically, but maybe something else.
maybe the Colosseum days.
I think I even heard that Hunger Game wasn't based off of Battle Royale, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
A
But
lot of people definitely likened Hunger Games to Battle Royale, saying like, oh,
but I
it's
don't
the
think
American
I don't
version.
think they actually based it off of that, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. All right, next question. Is there any Chinese anime too?
What kind of 2 is that?
TOO.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called Bloodivores.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Wa said Chinese cartoons. So when does an anime become an anime? And when you also said Avatar is not an anime.
I-
Not an anime.
So
I think in the weeaboo definition, it's something it's made in Japan. Like, so I think that's what people consider anime as.
so it has to be,
Japanese animation.
So it has to be Japan animation.
Yeah, because like
in
a lot of
order-
people don't consider
No, it has to
Ruby
be
as
Japanese spirit, true Japanese spirit. You can't be your,
anime. Ruby.
yeah, whoever that dude is, no, it doesn't work like that.
Ruby
Just because
or-
you outsource all the work over to Korea, or it's not made in Japan, or it's Big O season 2, doesn't matter,
Well, Toei used to do some animation for like the Smurfs, Strawberry Shortcake, the original My
That
Little
doesn't have the
Ponies.
Japanese
so does that
spirit.
become? It doesn't
That
have.
doesn't have the spirit of Japan.
Can you give us a wee word of the day?
Yeah, I guess we haven't had one today.
How do you
did
say
we?
Tamashi?
Tamashi?
All right,
Sounds about right.
Let's believe it.
Well, there's a few. I mean, like there's Kon, and, Yeah, I'll go with Tamashi.
All right, so there's your wee word of the day, guys. It's been a while, but yeah, Tamashi. That is spirit.
There's the Shikon no Tama, I think. The
The
Jewel
what?
of 4 Souls.
Oh, okay.
Inuyasha,
Ah,
Sit boy,
Osuwari.
Kagome.
Osuwari means sit boy, I believe. It's either that or Osuwai. One of them is vinegar and the other is sit boy.
Windscar.
Backlash.
Shishio.
Yeah, that's Shishio. Dark tunnel or whatever.
Wind
The
tunnel.
Wind
miasma.
tunnel. Yeah, the miasma.
Kazana.
Kazana. All right. So, yeah, wee word of the day, Tamashi.
Why do I know Japanese Inuyasha terms? I only watched that in
Yeah, I was thinking, like, when did you watch the Japanese
That's
version?
what I was wondering too.
I think China made a Chinese version of the Amazing Adventure of Gumball.
They made a ripoff.
Oh, I
Yeah, they
saw
made
that.
they made
Yeah.
a straight up ripoff, and I think even Gumball,
no, the
like,
Gumball
like they
creator-
actually made a parody of that parody.
Yeah, they literally called them out for it.
Yeah,
Gumball.
Gumball is actually a really good show.
Yes, it is.
We have a new.
I told you I know good cartoons.
I'll say I definitely think we're in a different age where our cartoons are becoming like good again. We have Steven Universe.
Well, I think it's
Adventure
kind of
Time.
been. I think some of them have been good. I think it's just Cartoon Network haven't been very good at promoting or marketing them because they kind of show cartoon like,
our
oh,
ad blockers are just destroying them, and our TiVoing is destroying all the ads on TV.
True. All right. Moving on.
What's next?
Oh well, I did want to say that Tencent is making an esports anime, and now I'm really not excited for it because I love esports. Like, let's get that straight.
Maybe they were gambling with Bloodivores. Maybe they're like, let's see if we can throw. What is this? The Chinese currency?
Yen? No.
I think it's
the yuan. YUAN. Yuan.
Yuan?
Well, I think China currency is actually called dollar. I think it's just called Chinese
Well,
dollars.
I know Hong Kong has
Maybe
Hong
they
Kong
said, hey,
dollars.
let's.
Oh, maybe
throw-
that was it.
Let's sell the studio $500 Chinese dollars and see if we can make 501 Chinese dollars back.
Yeah. They just wanted that plus. All right.
Yeah, just trying to break even.
Profit is profit.
Next question was. Hold on. Here we go.
Wiz?
Blah blah blah.
Mr. Wizard Racing Flow.
Oh, I need Chinese anime names. I'm learning Chinese and Japanese, and I want to watch some Chinese animes so I can,
Bloodivores.
No, I think he's actually asking for names because some people said, Ling Kuao Sheng.
But what about
Shen.
Cow?
Who
No,
cares
about
about Cow? So if you had to name a Chinese, like let's say you had to make your protagonist, right? What would the name of your protagonist
Fei
be?
Fong Wong.
Lu Bu.
Lu Bu. So both pretty.
Always name it Lu Bu.
No,
Make
Fei Fong Wong, the demon of Elru, id.
I would choose Jackie Chan.
Shenlong.
No, Jackie Chan
Shenlong.
from the Jackie Chan Adventures. So there's some
I heard he
Chinese
makes some
names for you
movies.
guys.
Do Chinese people have different names with the different dialects?
I don't. I think so. Because,
I don't know
like,
enough
my
about Chinese culture to.
My Chinese
community.
name, I don't think would translate to Mandarin or whatever. I don't know. My mom gave me a Chinese
Oh,
name.
you have the good Cantonese. Good job.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Well, I don't know how to say it. So.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. As long
It's
as
a
you're
secret to
Cantonese.
everyone.
As long as you have that nice, crisp, clean language and not that stupid, wishy-washy water
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, rude. So, anyways, moving on.
Fight me, you mandarins.
Next question. Next question. What is the best anime vampire?
Alucard from Helsing.
Alucard from Helsing?
What about you, Sigurd? What do you think?
Shinobu from Bakemonogatari.
You two are both idiots. It's the Lord and Master Dio Brando.
Oh
God damn it.
Are you
Well,
kidding
I mean,
me?
you're-
Are you kidding me?
you're a
How are you
JoJo
guys not
fanatic.
always thinking about Dio? I think about Dio as I'm going to sleep. I think about him as I wake up.
We did buy you that book. Did you ever read it?
I
It's
can't
in
read
Japanese.
Japanese. I'm a weeboo,
Not a true.
not
Yeah.
fluent in Japanese.
No, I'm still sticking with my answer. Alucard
Wow,
is
really?
You
he's-
already threw it out.
You haven't. I don't think you've seen Helsing.
I haven't.
He's one crazy guy.
Would Helsing defeat Dio in a fight?
I think so.
Wow.
Those are
Maybe you
fighting
gotta watch
words.
some Helsing.
You have-
Julian.
You better not let me drive the car home tonight.
I mean, Dio was able to be defeated.
Yeah, by someone else who could stop time.
Yeah, can Helsing stop time?
How many seconds can he move through the frozen time?
All I know is Shinobu would get wrecked by both of us. so.
Who's
She's
Shinobu?
adorable. She's a little blonde lolly that turns into like an adult because her powers are sealed away and she
Wait.
loves donuts.
So,
Oh, is that that's the Oh, okay, I know which one you're talking. It took me a
wait,
while to
is
rest.
the guy's name Araragi?
Araragi is the main.
Is he not a
Character.
vampire?
He's a minion of Shinobu or something.
Okay,
like
what
that.
about Senjo Gahara?
Senjo Gahara? No, she's not a vampire.
What? Everything I know about Bakemonogatari is not a lie because I don't know anything about it.
There you
I
go.
know what might be an ending song or an opening.
I think I only-
Really? We're in that circulation?
Yeah.
I think I only seen the first episode where like I
Yes,
think
I know
he
too.
meet the girl that had to carry around like school supplies because she's actually weightless. Like she carried like
That's Senjo Gahara.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But this, okay, gotcha. That's the only thing I know about it. And then there's the toothbrush scene, I guess. That
That's,
keep getting posted.
that's famous.
Ooh,
Okay, yeah.
Hey, what are we talking about sisters for?
No.
This
this is why you wanted to ask about it.
Wait, I guess I do know something about Bakemonogatari.
All right, guys. So yeah, I guess the last part of our show here.
Oh, Yahoo
is-
questions?
Yeah, that's all of our questions for today. Yeah, we kind of breezed through it. We'll find some better ones next time.
No,
tried
we'll
to-
have some letters next time.
If
We
you
hope
if you
so.
guys have better questions, let's email us or Twitter
We've
us.
said the email once.
What's up?
What's our email?
Oh, we'll get to that towards the end of the show. Also, Jonathan's taking care of that as the end credits, so we'll get to that
We
later.
have end credits.
We
Oh
do
my
now.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know we have the roundabout theme, but
Yeah.
is there something else at the end or?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
oh,
don't-
gotcha.
Yeah, if
Now
you
I
guys
remember.
listen to the live airings of our show after they came out, you would know these things. So
I ain't got time. I have to play Final Fantasy
A Realm
14 A Realm
Report
Reborn with the Heaven's Sword
episode.
expansion pack with Stormblood coming this summer, 2017.
Square
I need to
Enix,
anticipate
Square
the
Enix,
level 70s.
Square Enix sponsor us. So
Square Enix, hire me.
Give us money.
our
I'll
next
be
part
a
of the
GM.
show.
I'll do good. I'll do well.
Our next part of the show is anime recommendations. So, I got a look of surprise with both of you guys. So, should I go first? Do you guys have to take a moment to think?
What should I be recommending? Bad anime or vampire anime?
Well, this is something you definitely would watch over
again and
Does it
again
have to
and
be
again,
anime
'cause
or can
that's
it be
the
like
end-
live action
Tengen Toppa
stuff?
Gurren Lagann.
Sorry.
No, hands down.
All right, I'm gonna go first and let you guys like simmer with that for a second. But
My answer won't change.
with this one, I look at Bloodivore and I understand that yes, it is a arena battle theme, anime with a lot of suspense and tension. But I'm gonna go a little bit off book here. I'm gonna recommend a manga that I read. It's a long time ago. I think it was about like 3 years ago, where this manga called Cage of Eden came out. This manga is basically like a high school trip. They're taking a trip on an airplane. It takes the premise of Lost. This plane crashes and these people are trying to survive on an island, but so many crazy things like dinosaurs and mystery and tension and I don't know, craziness is happening on this island. And it basically takes the space-time continuum thing that Liu was experiencing through being in that office area and makes an actual suspenseful anime out of it. So yeah, if you guys have time to read or traveling around on a BART station or whatever, I would definitely recommend taking a chance on Cage of Eden. I was not disappointed with it. So, yeah. How about you guys?
I guess for a battle royale, kind of like a arena or like fight for survival. I mean, for reading, you can read the battle royale manga. It's get really crazy sometimes. But if you're looking for a funny version of it, you can always watch the live action version. It's a whole lot funnier, actually.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
So, I've never watched Battle Royale, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's
You and me are the same.
No.
it's funny because like yeah, like
Totally.
it's kind of the same kind of same environment where they get random bag and they're supposed to be weapons inside, and they're supposed to kill each other in order to find like one winner who get to go home basically. But the first two characters, like they look in the bag, one have like a potlet and he was like, huh, what am I supposed to do with this? And the other one had like binoculars, just like okay. And then some dude just come out from the forest like with a shotgun, was like, hey, what weapon do you guys have? And he was like, a potlet. And the other one was like, binoculars. And he was like, okay. And then he just walks away.
He just walks away, doesn't kill them?
No. And then like they meet up later and the guy was just like, oh, potlet, binoculars, good to see you again.
Huh. He wasn't playing the game very well.
Also for a hidden Easter egg,
Yeah.
pay attention real closely because one character dies and you look very closely, he dies pitching a tent.
Oh.
Like he totally have a boner as he's dying.
Fear boner.
Fear boner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say when or who or where to pay attention. It's actually a pretty neat Easter egg. It's really funny.
Wall's always watching dicks.
Pay
Crazy.
attention for those boners.
Always.
All right. So
Never know where they're gonna come up.
See where Kiryu gets it from.
the last of our crew, Julian.
I
You've
was
got
gonna-
some time to think.
I was gonna just totally go out there and recommend something random like Golden Boy, but instead, I'll give you a short answer and a long answer.
All right.
Short answer: go watch Gantz. It's basically the same thing, People are trapped in little instances and they're fighting monsters and things. It's great, So the ending kind of sucks. The long answer is read Gantz and enjoy those 700 chapters, man. It's quite an undertaking, but it's good. It's good. I mean, the anime does have its strong suits. The animation's nice. Oh, they're all very raunchy. Oh, don't watch this if you're under 18, kids. I changed my mind. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I should probably tell you my
Oh.
recommendation. Like, yeah, it gets pretty
Gory.
gory.
You might be okay with violence, but this is not something for young eyes to see.
All right.
Oh man, there was this. Oh, it was great, dude. There was this one scene where, well, not a scene, but this little subplot where this dude was gonna get beat up by another guy in school, and he told him today after school I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, and
Whoa.
he was gay. And he literally meant he was gonna fuck him in the ass. And
Oh, gosh.
the entire time in class, he's just sitting there shaking and he's freaking out. The dude who got told, and he's a tall dude. He's one of those stereotypical I'm 180 centimeter Japanese dudes. And he's just
That's about my height.
panicking, and then he just gets out of his seat and goes to the bathroom where this dude is taking a shit or something. Like he kicks down the door and he just starts wailing on his ass while he's taking a shit, and like he beats him into submission, and Kato ends up not getting raped. Gantz is good.
God. So that was a recommendation. So we have our 3 recommendations.
It happens in the anime and manga.
Gantz,
Go for it. I'm pretty
Battle
sure.
If you're
Royale.
curious, and yeah, that's Gantz.
and Cage of Eden. All right.
This is Gantz, the original, not the new one. Gantz G or something.
I didn't even know there was a new remake.
I
Not a
heard
remake, it's just another
it
series.
wasn't as well received, I guess, but it's out there.
All right. So that brings us to our closing. And once again, thank you guys for listening. We love doing this show. We only hope that it
We have
brings-
fun.
Yeah. We have
That's
fun.
that's our quote. That's what we have to tell each other all the time when
My
we're doing
quote is
this.
sister ...
Um,
or ... sister.
God bless it. So, yeah, we have fun with this show, and we're hoping that you guys are enjoying the ride. Again, if you would like to help us out, we don't have any advertisements or, ways to spread the show besides word of mouth. So if you have a friend that's interested in podcasts or listens to other shows and they like anime, maybe give them, direct them towards our way. We would love it, if you guys want to recommend to us some anime that you would love for us to watch so that we can tell you what it was about.
You don't have to.
So you don't have to. Let us know. You can reach us on our Twitter, our Facebook page, and our YouTube. Currently, our platforms to subscribe are SoundCloud, Google Play Store, and YouTube as the Daijo Crew. You guys want to... Well, do you want to tell people what the Twitter is?
Yes, the Twitter is at Daijo Crew. What is it? No caps, no space or underscore or anything.
I mean, I think if you just type at Daijo Crew, I don't think the caps matter. So
Is it? I don't. I'm not on Twitter enough to know
Okay.
to know like if it matters or not.
yeah. And then Julian, do you want to give out the email?
It is daijocrew@gmail.com.
Wow, that was really slow.
Yeah, I thought you paused because you forgot it.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Okay, Eeyore. Cool it. So,
I am cool.
No, you're elite.
yeah, you're an elite.
It's the same.
So, you can definitely reach us on those 2 platforms. If you want to tweet about us, you can definitely at us and add the hashtag tripod, spelled TRYPOD, or recommend us on the other Twitter of this other person, this other group called Podern Family, hashtag Podern Family at PODERNFAMILY, to feature us as the podcast of the week. Other than that, yeah, thanks guys for listening, and we'll see you in another 2 weeks.
It may not seem like I care, but I love you.
You've made it through another episode of the Daijo Crew. When I was handed the podcast called Bloodivores, I thought it was a sick, twisted play on words, but apparently that went over everybody's heads. I've got some exciting news for you podcast listeners. The Daijo Crew is officially a podcast on iTunes. You can go to your podcast app and search Daijo Crew under Games and Hobbies, and there you'll find all 7 episodes of the Daijo Crew so far, as well as every future episode we ever make. If you're a fan of this podcast, leave a rating or a review for us on iTunes. That's the best way we're going to get noticed. Also, remember to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thedaijo crew. That's all for now. Thanks for listening.